Hey everybody, I'm Group 2's. This is Genre Mongrel, and we are playing a online tabletop role-playing game. Who, because of community feelings, I will not be naming tonight. Fuck them assholes. But it's not the point. We're here and we're going to play a game and we're going to have fun, and that's what we're going to do. We're actually not going to play a game. I lied. I absolutely lied. We are doing our very final Session 0 prep. We're going to walk through an NPC Web. We're going to do some character backstory locations and everything. This is our final leg before our official premiere in 2 weeks. January 25th, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Haha! All them numbers in my head. I'm doing good. I can math with the best of them. Other than that, y'all want to do introductions tonight? Cool. Who's first?
Yes, we will do introductions. Hi, everyone. I'm George, or Gur Hero, the game master for this fantastic game we're going to go and play. Bit about myself, I guess. He, him pronouns, and I have been game mastering for, 12 or 13 years. And this is the first official stream, and I'm very nervous and excited, and I can't wait for y'all to experience this world I've picked up, and with a few of my game master friends. Who else would like to introduce themselves?
I'll go. Hi, Red. My character's name is Rook for this game. I've been playing D&D for 3 or 4 years now, and I've been DMing for just as long. I like to jump wholly into everything. I am also someone that is a record keeper, likely for the game, and in that vein, I will point out to our wonderful groupie twos that 2 weeks is February 1st. Next week is January 25th.
Oh, you're right. It's only 1 week away, because I math very well, but I do not time well.
But super excited to be here. Can't wait to play my game with my friends.
Nice. I guess I'll go next. I'm Kyle. I will be playing Nero. I've been playing D&D for a few years now too, all with Gur Hero up there, George, who is the best DM in the world. Shout out. He's what got me into it, which I now love. So thank you for that.
I've been taught to.
Yeah, but and yeah, I'm just super excited to finally get in a group that's serious and as fun as y'all seem to be. So I'm ready. That's a little bit about me so far.
You said seriously into fun, not serious and fun, right?
Both. I mean, yeah, it's serious and fun, but I'm seriously into fun, yeah. I like to party.
I guess I'll go next. Hi, everybody. My name is Jim, or JM, whichever one you prefer. I'm not too picky. I've been playing D&D since way back in 3.5. I've been around, but I haven't delved too much into 5th edition until recently. My character is named Eldaris. I hope you like him. And I am ready to roleplay, have some fun, and hopefully not die.
We had character art made. He's not allowed to kill us immediately.
Yeah.
That's what they want you to think.
Exactly.
All right, so my name is...
Come back with that, Spencer.
Slim Shady?
That's what I was thinking. I just didn't want to be the one to say it.
while we're waiting for him. Yeah, I pretty much have no filter and say whatever's in my head. So enjoy, guys. Did we lose Butcher? We did.
Yep.
No, we did.
Here he comes. Hey, Red, on our to-do list, remind me to buy Spencer a phone.
Okay.
You there, Spencer? No.
Well, that's Spencer.
Yeah, he's typing something. Hold on.
We can't hear you, bud.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yup.
There we go.
I just had to use my data because apparently the Wi-Fi isn't working. Okay. We're great. We're doing great here. Great start. Hello, my name is Spencer. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for like a decade. I started when I was like 12 years old. I've been DMing since I found people who would play if I DM'd. My
Facts.
character's name is Butcher. They are a grumpy old man who is mostly robot, and I think that that's pretty sick.
All right. Well, now that we've got our characters, how about we work on our NPCs? So all the characters, or all the players and their characters, brought 2 NPCs that are related to them inside the this world of the Last City. We got this idea from John the Game Boy, I think, on TikTok. A genius idea has absolutely changed how I start games. And we're gonna add a little twist here with everyone giving a little location that their character likes in the city or has a connection to. And then the other characters are going to decide if they, or the other players are going to decide if their characters have been there or not, and then what sort of, how they feel about it. It's sort of like a review for it, an app review for the rest, or for the location. And with that, I think, for the players. So the way this is going to work, since there's 5 of you, is someone's going to roll a D8 to decide they are 2, re-rolling if they get the same number twice. Or roll a D8 twice. The second one will roll a D6 twice. The third one will roll a D4 twice. And then the last one will not roll. Wait, did I get that wrong? D8, D6, D4. Yeah, I have that wrong. So it has to be D10, D8, D6, D4. The last one does not roll. So how do y'all want to determine who goes first if the last one doesn't get to roll?
Can I just volunteer as tribute and go last?
Sure, you absolutely can.
I'll take it.
All right.
I'll put my dice back then.
Lightning screen.
See, this is why you have to have them right on your desk.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You leave that right on your desk.
Did you say you wanted me to roll?
No, we don't have to roll on D20. We don't have to roll on any on the service or anything like that. You can roll your dice. So whoever's going first gets to roll a D10 twice.
George, if you switch the page, we can all see it.
Oh, did I not? I did.
You want to all see it?
Yeah.
I was just making sure.
Yeah.
I hope
Give
so,
away
because I already
treats
had it pulled up on the
immediately.
stream.
Yeah. I wanted everyone to see it. I want y'all to be able to write your own reviews of each of the places, which I needed to add on here, and then, excuse me, draw your lines from your character to your other to the NPCs that you get connected to.
Can I ask a dumb question?
I doubt it because there aren't dumb questions.
Give me some time. We're on Roll20, the Last City campaign, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's where all this is taking place.
Yes.
Okay. Just making
Nope.
sure. Okay. I just need to do something really quickly, but this shouldn't take too long. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
I'm still here.
No worries. What's next? Oh, Kyle, did you ever name your watchtower or clock tower?
Not yet. That was the last one I was working on.
Okay. Um. Okay, I'm sure this is super interesting for everyone. So, who is going first in the NPC roles?
I'll go.
Okay. So please roll a d10.
Okay, pulling out my
You're
special.
just gonna go clockwise.
Okay. So on a D10, I got a 7.
Okay, starting with Aramis. And okay, so you're Eldoris, right? Right. Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Butcher's going first.
Okay, Butcher's going first. I'm sorry, I didn't see his thing light up when I looked down. Okay, so so first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, you get I do this right? I did not do this right. It should be a D8. I was correct the first time. I'm sorry.
Oh, good. I can roll a D8. That will
Okay.
be a 4.
Okay. Okay, 4 is a woman named Naomi, a clerk at a bodega somewhere in the Grinders district or in the Grinders territory.
So in the Grinders district, let's see.
That's the South Territory in Basetown.
Right. I'm just pulling up the magic doc so I can look and get a feel for the Grinders district.
Okay.
Basetown. Grinders in the in the yeah. Oh, that's where Gage is. Okay.
Okay.
So it's the Naomi is the one that I need to make a connection to?
Yep. That's the one you are now connected to.
So when we're making the connections, are we supposed to draw the lines on here? Do we need to come up with something?
Yeah, you can draw the lines. Yeah, just you can draw the lines like oh, I don't have it online. Yep.
Alrighty. I'm on YouTube and all this stuff. Oh, okay.
And then I'll have a cleaned up version of all this later.
Okay.
I just felt like this would allow y'all to draw it yourself and connect it, making it stay in your mind a bit longer. Why can I not remember the last location? I am missing Butcher's location. Why can't I remember where it is?
My location? I
Yeah.
am in floor 13 of Decker Tower.
Yeah, but your
Oh,
location for this.
Frequent.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm under Chevrig the Harsh. So I was under Chevrig the Harsh and the Bloodlanes.
Yeah, but your everyone's bringing a location like you see on the other side of the or on the right side, the whole Temple Bar, Siren Song. Those are places that their other characters visit. And I believe you had one. I'm pulling up your background thing that I did.
Oh, there was. You said the arcade was. Oh, we were talking about for where Gage visits.
Oh no. Okay, you had Marcus's shop.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And the old clock tower for now. Until Kyle has a name for it.
I just came up with I'm going to call it the Oracle Clock Tower.
Oh, cool. I dig it. All right. So yeah, and then please roll another D8.
You got it. That one is going to be a 7.
So that would be Captain Minsif, a captain of the Knights of Cyclonstrom, the Kingdom, and the former project manager of Project Truth, which was the project on sorcerers that was uncovered and by the unavowed net hackers group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he, although moderately disgraced, it was only temporary, as he has resurfaced in public life. You probably know him from your days working with the Red Suns. That makes the most sense to me.
Mm-hmm. He's been a captain in Sector C for decades. Okay. Who wants to go next?
Quick question. Does Neos need to get one of do a D4 for one of the other locations?
I was going to do those like y'all can decide if you've been there or not.
Okay, copy that.
If your character's been there, it's not necessary for us to roll. I think for that, be more of a narrative thing. But yes, who would like to go next? Jim? Red?
Sure. Let's do it.
All right. So you're rolling a D6.
Okay, let me just get it out. D6 coming up. That will be a 4.
Wait, did I do this from 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh yeah, no, it is a D8. I'm sorry. Is this one? One,
Oh.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it would be a D8 for you on this one, and then a D6.
No. Oh, okay. No problem. D8. D8 coming up.
I've never done this with the dice roll. I should have mathed it out better.
3.
All right, so 3 gives you Exton, the Red Sun's mercenary partnered. I messed that up. Partnered with a direwolf named Maya.
Okay. Am I supposed to know anything about background of them or anything like that, or just I get to?
So the Red Suns are a mercenary guild. They kind of manage smaller guilds as well and organize other security and mercenary guilds as like a side thing, or it's kind of become their main thing. But Exxon has recently come up in the ranks to one of the higher echelon, like the newest member of the kind of leadership circle. Even though they only have one leader, he has come up in that circle of trustees.
Okay.
And the Red Sun's leader is named Hyperion.
Sounds good to me.
All right. And then you're rolling a D6 this time.
D6 coming up. 4.
All right. You get Dio, Music Forge, and Ganger with the Grinders, the Clockwork gang member and musician. D3EO, just pronounced Dio. All right. Kyle or
Sounds good.
Red, which one of you would like to go next?
I can
I'll
go
go.
next. Oh,
Oh,
Kyle can do it.
ladies, there you go first. How about that?
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine.
Yep. Okay. So Kyle, roll a D6.
All right. 2.
All right. You know Lucas. How old is Lucas, Red?
He's
I was
like-
imagining 50s, 60s.
Mm-mm.
But
No,
Nope.
I think you may have got the wrong impression when we talked about Lucas. I sent you some other background information. I think he's like maybe early 40s.
okay. Oh, okay. He's just a regular patron. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's one of those annoying people that drinks to the point that he should be drunk, but is like high functioning. It's very rude.
Okay. All right.
Only when you're
So
trying to keep
Nero,
up.
you know.
She
Huh?
tries, man. She tries. Has some really interesting nights that she does not remember.
Okay. And then. Okay, another D6, Kyle.
Offhand, while he's rolling that one, just wanted to say I kind of took over. I'm color coding everybody's lines, so
Yes.
we don't have
Wonderful.
To each...
Thank you.
Yep.
I got a 2 again.
2 gives you gauge, sorry, an aspiring artificer and jockey, which means a drone operator, and a clerk at the prestigious Wondercade Hall.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
A clerk?
Huh?
You said a clerk, right?
Yes, a clerk. Yeah.
Alright.
And that is Red with a D4. Find out who she's connected to. Right? Let me count them out real quick. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. Have I messed this up?
The
Just for
only
people
way I think it will work is that one of Groupie's people needs to be Aramis.
Yeah,
And that would
unfortunately,
leave
the
us
way
with-
that it looks like is either.
Okay, so roll a D3.
Well, I'm looking at it. The only way it can work because
Yep, I would have to have
Group
the
is
last
already
one of
connected.
Elderus and the last
means
one of...
that it would mean that my character
Oh,
has to
that's
know
true.
only both of.
Okay, so do we want to do this the other way where we pick them?
Or do
Whatever
we...
Might
works
be
for
more
every-
fitting-ish, or just someone gives up one.
We could also do something where we like almost roll in an initiative and then do it like a draft where like you go down the initiative line, everyone gets to pick theirs. And so that way like everyone gets in turn order if you want to do it that way.
Okay. What do y'all feel like?
So,
I feel like we need to pick them to make it more.
suggestion I was going to make,
this
because we've
rolling
gotten
it.
this far, is go ahead and part them out. She can get both mine, and then everybody trade one.
Okay, so everyone just start from the
Alright.
order we did them in and we just trade one.
Or is that overly convoluted?
I feel like
I
it's
mean,
overly
that's-
convoluted when we really only need to switch one. Just thinking.
Yeah.
I'll give up one of mine for whoever who needs to swap one, just to make it simple.
Okay, yeah, just need someone to take one of Woodrow's.
Here, I'll take one of Woodrow's and someone can take one of mine, if that works for everybody.
Okay.
I'll take your Captain Mensef.
Okay, that works for me. I'll take Yeshua.
That's. Wait. Okay, so then I'm also taking.
The Antigo Sorcerer.
Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that leaves our Aramis to Woodrow.
Yep.
Okay.
Not sure exactly how I got hooked up with the well-connected party guy, but
I
probably had
I'm
you
really
fix
confused
stuff.
about that as well.
Like
but,
fixing amps and stuff.
that's exactly right. He brought in some busted equipment. Got it.
Yep.
why is this being a pain?
And then Woodrow, your hangout is the hole. So do you want to give your thoughts on that and then see if anyone else has been there and what their thoughts are?
So the hole has been there for like ever. It is a place you can only find if you know where it is, kind of thing. There is a password to get in, kind of speakeasy style. And it's really only frequented by scavengers and treasure hunters, ruin divers, mercenary types. It is the ultimate hole in the wall for the seedy underbelly.
I'm calling it.
And apparently they have live music.
Oh,
Uh,
Chase
I-
there.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Um,
That's
I had a
goes
question about it. Where is the hole in Base Town?
out.
What territory is it in? I,
So let's see. I am. My
You're
place
in,
is down in
White
like the
Fist.
bottom 10 levels. Like I am close to the floor.
Mhm.
And the hole is most likely ground level. It
Under
is-
you?
Yeah, it
Same
is
building?
like at the bottom.
Okay. Or Patty Sec.
There is an unmarked alley that you've got to go down and then turn down the next alley. And the only clue that anything is there is some distinctive graffiti.
Okay. So if your character has been there, maybe write their kind of a review for them, or just their thoughts of it for on the Roll20, if you would. There's under the writing thing, there's a text section. If you want to, or just post it in the Discord, and I will transfer it here, or text it to me, Kyle, if that works better.
Is this kind of? I'm sorry to interrupt. Is this kind of like a free for all? Like more than one person might
Yep.
know of various locations?
Yep. If you don't think your character has been to the location, well, leave a review or thoughts on it.
And where would we put any reviews? I just want to make sure I'm prepped to do this.
If you're doing it in Discord, the settings lore, I think. If you're gonna do it in Roll20, just where I posted the things.
I do have a quick question about Captain Mensef. How long has he been in that position? Because the whole Project of Truth scandal, that was what, 10 years ago?
Yeah, he's been a captain for 2 decades at least.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely didn't get promoted after Project Truth was brought to light. Someone have a question?
No, everything went black for me for a second.
Oh no.
We're all good. I think we're back online now.
Okay.
Oh, Red's dinner showed up.
It did, sorry.
You're good, you're good, you're good.
Actually, not sorry because I didn't even have lunch.
It's all right. I got told that we were getting sushi delivered, and I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so while she eats, why don't we go to the temple bar? Or not the temple bar, the siren song.
Cool. That's my location. Near the docks of Basetown is in the waterways is the Siren Song, a rather popular bar among its locals and a few other people who are looking for a good time. It is just above, I would say, the underbelly, where in quiet whispered tones you might find some illegal activity, but nothing too bad. However, most of the crowd is there just to be rowdy, drunk, listen to music, and have a good time. The bar staff is nice. One of the odd things about the bar is it does serve tea, unalcoholic. This may or may not be related to one of their favorite customers. The bar, depending on who's playing that night, could be particularly wall to wall with people, or can only be a few people deep. And yeah, just a good hangout. The staff is fairly nice, and just a basic watering hole.
All right. If you think you've been to Temple Bar, write a little review or thoughts on
Siren
it.
song.
Oh, the siren song. God, keep doing that.
And obviously, because it's my place, I don't need to write my response that.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay. So thoughts on the siren song? And then Marcus's shop, which is an interesting one.
Yep. So, for those of us in the illicit deals market, anyone who's looking for either machine parts, weapons, or anything that really shouldn't be acquired but needs to be acquired, the person you need to know is Marcus. Usually, if you're dealing with him through proxies, androids, people who owe him favors. But for the people that he does eventually grow to trust in some very serious extent, he'll bring them to his own shop, which is a difficult to find, usually head over the bag type of brought to the place, where it is basically lined wall to wall with items that you could always find a use for, and a very difficult to talk to, burned up, squalorish dwarf who sits behind a counter. And God forbid you want to try and return something.
How long has Marcus been in business?
About as long as people have needed stuff that's illegal to deal.
So yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, so the majority of the deals go through the Ethernet, right?
correct. A majority of his at least initial contacts are through Ethernet, where he speaks to people, gains a little bit, does his background checks on them. Usually, though, like I said, he's been in it long enough. Like he's a very long-lived dwarf who has basically become gray, but has not lost his edge.
Awesome. So yeah, if you think you did any business with Marcus or his shop, online or in the alley or whatever, go ahead and write your thoughts, review, anything like that.
Just be aware, if you do leave a bad review, you might end up missing something.
Oh yeah, we should probably be sharing them with listeners out there. So for the whole, Butcher has been there in passing, mostly as a bodyguard, never as a patron. 7 of 10. I think that is Rook
I didn't know we were
says,
supposed to identify ourselves. I thought they
"No,
were
it's
random
okay.
reviews.
It's okay.
But those two
Cold
are mine.
drinks, skills chatter,
I
and
didn't know we were
nobody
working on a
bothers."
10-point scale. I was going with 5. Jeez.
And then for the siren song, Rook has also said that their tea tastes good with whiskey. 4 out of 5.
I imagine
Should
she
I-
gets
should
some
I-
very foul looks from certain people when she sits there and sips her whiskey in a teacup.
I put something for the whole too. Eldaris would have gone there before his current path to kind of just find lower level work with his partner. He doesn't like the memory of it, and has probably passed out drunk before he gave up alcohol there. So he has kind of mixed feelings about the place.
All I'm hearing from this is that Rook has definitely ordered a C20 iced tea.
Oh, 100%. She's tried it. It's maybe not quite her thing, but she's tried it.
You don't want too many of those, trust me. The hangovers from them are not fun.
Not if you're
Oh,
90%
are you old enough to
mechanical.
get hangovers?
Well, not anymore because I don't drink.
You know the real key to avoiding hangovers?
Don't drink.
Replace 90% of your body with metal.
That one. Way better choice.
Let me tell you, haven't had a hangover since.
I
It's a lot
Like
more expensive to
my
get
fleshy
drunk
part.
that way, though.
What if you just turn
It's
off
time to
the
start
inhibitor?
something.
So I left a Yelp review for Marcus in Discord, but Woodrow has definitely been there and probably has a respect of equals with Marcus. Two
No,
grumpy
I'll just
assholes.
say,
Okay.
I don't think Rook has been there or dealt with Marcus or any of his people, but I think, like, through someone else, she has somehow done business with him, so it wouldn't be enough to leave a review. You know, the don't ask questions kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of the same deal. I was going to say Nero would have definitely done a deal, but not probably with Marcus himself. It would probably been one of those shady back alley type deals to get my mom.
Yeah, I was gonna say shady back alley type deals are like Marcus's thing. Not that he's directly involved with, but that he definitely oversees like anything that's worthwhile.
Gotcha.
I don't know if Eldaris would have done anything that high profile when he was trying to survive. It was more just smaller things to make sure he could go a day without, being hungry. So I don't know if he would really know Marcus directly or indirectly, actually.
The amount of people I think, and obviously I feel like terrible if I'm talking too much, tell me to shut up, but I feel like for me, Marcus is one of those types of people where a lot of people have claimed to see him, very few people have actually seen him. Like it's the oh god, that scene in Pulp Fiction. What does he look like? What does he look like?
Who is Kaiser Sose?
Mhm. Those kind of things. Okay, cool. And then we've got a description from Kyle for the clock tower. Do you want to read, Kyle, or do you want me to?
I mean, either way, you're better describing it.
I mean,
You
these
start
are
now.
words. Okay. So he says it's a decent height. I'm thinking like 15th story. Clock tower, the Oracle clock tower, that looks out over all the buildings, somewhere near the edge of the Grinders territory, close to the ruins.
Yes.
It can be easily seen from afar and can easily see out from afar or long distance. But is run down and not occupied. Besides the clockwork mechanics within it, occasionally and mysteriously, small items will come alive without any clue as to how or who they are.
Bingo.
So if y'all have an idea, if you've been out there, I mean, it's pretty close to the ruins. It's, you're edging towards Marauder territory. And the monsters of the ruins, of course.
Right, because pretty much smack dab in the middle of all that down there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, question about the reviews. Is this like reviews that other people are seeing, like on some kind of page somewhere on the Ethernet, or is it like this is just what our characters think of the place if they've been there?
That's a good point. It was
Yeah.
more me just wanting to know your character's perception, but if y'all want them to
that's
be
awesome.
reviews on some sort of review site, that'd be cool.
No, because I feel like so many of these places wouldn't be on like if they existed on a site, then they wouldn't be what they are. Okay,
True.
so I semi misunderstood. Pardon all of my fun semi sarcasm.
No, I love that. That was sort of what I was hoping for, or reviews like that from your
Oh,
character.
you always get that from me. Okay.
All right.
Quick question.
Ideas for the
DM.
Oracle Clock Tower?
The Oracle Clock Tower, like, I feel like Woodrow probably has heard of it, maybe from Yeshua, my little scavenger buddy.
Yeah, no doubt something keeps him out of there.
Copy that.
Okay, so Eldarius says he likes to go there to stare at the city and clear his head after long days. Okay.
I figure it's a abandoned area. It's quiet. I can get a good view. My one NPC would definitely know to find me there if things were getting particularly stressful.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he just likes, aside from the occasional clockwork creature coming alive, he kind of likes the view and just the ability to just be at peace.
Mm. Okay. I will say sometimes Dio will tell you you shouldn't go around there sometimes.
Oh yeah, as long as he he would go there when he can, if that makes sense.
Okay. No, that's totally. I dig it.
Yeah. Dio would be like, "Hey, listen, I know you go there this week. Don't go there." Okay.
Okay. And then Rook frequents for the peace and quiet and the amusing moving items. When she knows she's alone, she will quietly play acoustically. Nice. I like that.
I feel like sometimes some people think that it's haunted because they can hear like just really quiet tones coming from there.
Is that what I heard?
You didn't hear nothing.
Butcher took Gage there once as a gift, killed a bandit, 9.5 out of 10. Okay, last but not least at all, Temple Bar. Red, would you like to give them a description?
Sure. So Temple Bar is a really interesting place. It is. Oh, hang on. I gotta look at my notes to remember where it's at. It's near the waterways, and Temple Bar is one of these places that it actually looks like a ruined temple. No one really goes there anymore to worship anything or pray to anything. But if you're in the know, you know that you can slip through one of the small chambers in the back, make your way down about 4 or 5 flights of stairs, and be essentially, knock on the door and be admitted into Temple Bar. It is a sectioned off speakeasy / performance place with a dance floor. it has its certain nights where some nights, it's more to the chaotic rave-like crowd, and other nights it is very quiet. Rook, well, no, not Rook. Sometimes there are performers there that will play quietly or loudly, depending on their mood. And there's a couple of very colorful regulars there as well.
Quick question on the Temple Bar. This is somewhere that Aramis definitely host events or does work there once in a while. Okay.
Aramis is more the open places, the bigger parties, the bigger venues, the classier places, and those kind of things, and a little less about those tiny venues where barely anyone should know about them.
Okay.
And I imagine since the Siren Song and the Temple Bar are both in the same territory by the waterways, that they're pretty much the opposite. Like the Temple Bar is the extra divey bar, while Siren Song is probably in the earlier parts of the evening where you can take your family for a meal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tourist trap in the
Temple Bar
local
definitely doesn't
spot.
have tea.
Mm-hmm. Any thoughts on the Temple Bar from the characters?
Rick enjoys it.
I was going to ask, is this a place maybe Dio would have worked at before, or played at least?
Oh yeah, he's definitely played there, for sure.
All right, so I could have possibly heard of it then through there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you never gave a description of her, did you?
Speaking of descriptions, what do you think about going through and the two NPCs that everybody brought to the table, give a description of their own NPCs for the people that have selected them?
Yeah, that's a good call.
When I asked a little bit more background, that's what I think I asked her. That's what I was meaning, just so I could I don't want to make. I'm just gonna use an example. I don't want to make Axton a secret coward or secret spy or something when that's not his character whatsoever or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. With that, I'll go ahead and nominate. Hey, Butcher, tell us about Axton.
Yeah, no, I got you. Let me pull up my little notebook that has all the description. I'll read you what I have to say. All right. Now, Axton is an orc. He is a 20-something mercenary that was trained by Butcher, and has acted basically as his direct subordinate for a majority of his time under the Red Suns. When Butcher retired, Axton took his place and now fights alongside his trusted companion, a direwolf named Maya, who he lovingly refers to as beautiful whenever they are attacking whoever they decided it needs to die. For the most part, he's pretty simple, a very direct and to the point type of person, but obviously with the whole mercenary orc thing, when it's time to fight, he fights with everything that he has.
I like it.
And then I guess you can go ahead and do Gage next, unless
You
Eldris has questions about Axton.
Yeah, any questions?
No, I think I got a good idea on how Eldaris would have crossed paths with Axton, and why? Yeah, I think I have a really cool idea with that one. But if there's anything else you want to tell me that might help that you haven't told me already, please let me know. But
Yeah, no, that's pretty much a synopsis of him. If there's any questions or you have like a detail you want to know about, I'm sure I can come up with some.
just I guess you said he was. I'm guessing simple, kind of more business oriented. Of this is the job, and I'm going to go do the job, and I enjoy the job very much.
Yeah,
That makes
he very
sense.
much doing the mercenary because he enjoys the fight. He obviously knows that it's a profession and keeps it professional, but that's not to say that he doesn't enjoy it when things pop off.
It's good exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Already.
I think I can have some fun with this one.
Okay. So I guess I'm going over Gage next.
Yep.
All right. So Gage is a human female. She is currently in her early 20s. When she was a young girl, she was saved from basically Butcher took a job when he went and met with him. Turns out that the guy was extremely abusive, and so Butcher basically killed him, saved her, put her into a better situation to allow her to show her real potential. He provided her basically with a small amount of money until he found her a family to live with, and now she does her best to build machines, new weapons, and hopes to become a mercenary. Not in the exact same way, but in a similar way to what Butcher is. But she is definitely far more intelligent than Butcher is, and he considers her a tech genius. Basically, goes to her if he has questions about that sort of thing.
Nero, got all that? Got any questions?
No, I got it so far. No questions yet. Writing everything down.
And just to jump back to the location real quick, Eldaris has said that he likes to, or he will go to hear the quiet music and accompany Ibukari to Temple Bar. He likes watching her have fun, and she attempts to get him to dance.
It is, depending on the day, anywhere from a complete failure to mildly successful.
All right, Eldaris, why don't you tell us about your NPCs?
Sounds great. Let's start with the captain, Captain Mensev. He was formerly in charge of Project Truth. That's where Eldaris ran into him. Eldaris does not have a very high opinion of him. He is very vainglorious, very self-important. Might outwardly appear charming to anyone ignorant, but a few seconds around him and you're not gonna he's gonna grate on your nerves. Very fond of praise, and recently has come back into view, working with the villains in some capacity. Eldaris isn't sure how yet. Yeah, just basically, this would be the person who would have caused a young Eldaris most of his nightmares.
Do you know which villains he's working with?
No.
Okay.
Eldaris does not want to deal with him because he's almost afraid of what he would do.
Okay.
And he's trying to kind of move past it. He is Elven. Still would look the same as Eldaris would have remembered, though he's not sure if he's not sure how much the captain would remember him.
Copy that.
Okay. Need anything else? Nope. Sounds golden.
Any idea how old he is?
By
the way, I feel like I keep asking that question. How long has that been there? How old is this guy? Like, Woodrow is...
It's stuff to think about.
Yeah, Woodrow is in triple digits. So, like, he's bringing old man energy. I remember when he first got started. It's snot-nosed cadet bullshit, like shit like that. Um, that's why I keep
I'd say
asking.
middle-aged for an elf. But again, Eldaris would only know him as that middle-aged elf, who is just either trying to constantly improve his position within the government, or is just a complete sadist.
Okay.
Eldaris doesn't know which one is more true. He also doesn't really care.
Copy that. Yep, I got enough.
Okay. Ibukari is another sorcerer that Eldaris met in the facility where they were both kept. They were both among several sorcerers singled out for special experiments by guess who. During the course of the experiment, she lost her eye, which she wears an eye patch over. After her release, she basically worked odd jobs to help her, survive, which Eldaris would have helped her with. Working together and staying close even after they were released. She has taken what has happened to her towards anti-government work, thinking that the government was responsible, and she wants to bring the whole thing down. When
Even
she's
to
not,
the extreme, right? She joined the Peasant Liberation Front, right?
yep,
Yeah.
she's very mad at what they did.
Sure.
When she's not doing that, she likes partying, likes drinking, likes loud music, likes dancing. Kind of not drags, but will bring Eldaris along because she thinks he needs to loosen up, which he does. He will often call her devil. She will call him angel. And if anyone else calls her devil, she will probably break their arm at the very mildest. Yeah, just
How often do you suspect y'all go out partying? Once a week, twice a week?
She would go more. He might go once or twice a week. She would probably go a little, unless she's got a job to do or has some work with the Liberation. She would probably be out more. So more of a social butterfly, but also would know that in the event of an emergency, call Eldaris and Eldaris will show up. No, that's just how their friendship works. Yeah, often she will, when pressure gets tight, she will often hide out in Eldaris's apartment if she can manage to lose her tail long enough. There have been a couple times when Eldaris has come up the stairs from her apartment to see her there, and it's just a normal day basically for him. And any other questions I can answer?
Red, as you're connected to Ibukari, is it good?
No further questions.
The defense
All
rests,
right.
Your Honor.
I beat me to it.
All right.
I had to unmute my mic. That's not fair.
You snooze, you lose.
Not bad for the law school student.
And then Nero, do you want to give us a description of your NPCs?
Yes, I will start out with Naomi, who is a friend for many years now that I met by saving her from a robbery once that I saw going down at the bottom of the tower. Because I know she looked, pretty innocent. That she wasn't going to make it and stuff like that. She was putting up a fight and whatnot, but they weren't messing around. So I kind of helped her out and have been friends since. And she introduced me to her mother, who owns a bodega right around the corner, who has plenty of people going in and out of it all day, all sorts of shady type of people and stuff like that. And her name is Mrs. Potts. She's a tough old lady. She don't take no crap. She gives a lot of crap. She don't care, but she also kind of seems to have other things going on. And like she's kind of protective, maybe, of her daughter more than she should be. So there's definitely like something going up, and there's never mentions of anyone else in their family. So it's kind of mysterious, but lots of shady things happen there. So I kind of keep an eye on it, but I try to help her out all the time and whatnot. But I also have Dio, who's the grinder ganger. He's not that good of a grinder ganger, though, obviously, because he keeps getting kicked in and out of it, even though he's trying his best to be in there. But that's why he also has his side jobs doing music and going to different bars. I mean, that's probably what he truly would like to do in his heart. But you got to do what you got to do sometimes. Wrong's right. I mean, the wrong crowds to, make a living. But I once helped him out at the bottom of the tower whenever he was supposed to do a deal that went way wrong and he was way outnumbered and over his head. So with the help of the other inanimate objects in the tower, I helped seem like they were completely outnumbered and then secretly capped off one of them and ended up scaring them all out and saving his life. So we've been best friends ever since, and he's kind of my informant to the shady side of things going on around town, since I like to stay in the shadows and hang around with Salem. Who is my cat? In case y'all didn't know. My true best friend. My wife. But yeah. Let me see what else I got on them for a second. Trying to go through all our notes real quick.
No doubt, Eldaris met Dio through a performance he went to with Ibukari. No doubt.
That's kind of the route I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Especially and giving that looks like he has to work for the grinders despite maybe not wanting to work with the grinders 100%. Just everyone needs to make a living.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I think he says he's clockwork, you said, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a Warforged. Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. I have a pretty cool idea for Dio.
Oh, Kyle, did you ever name the bodega for Miss Potts and Naomi?
Oh, I believe I did. Hold on.
If not, I've got a great suggestion.
Suggested.
Pot to piss in.
That's actually way better than what I had. I can tell you that right now. That definitely.
I was going more a Beauty and the Beast reference, to be honest.
When I heard those pots, like that was
like
my
the clockwork.
Yeah.
Like in the clock tower, there's creatures that come to life. Imagine that, but like for adults. That's the style that they are. They got like a dark sense of humor and stuff like that.
Yeah. If not pot to piss in, then pot in the kettle.
Yeah. I like pot to piss in, actually.
Okay.
That's excellent.
All right, and with Nero done, we go to Rook. Why don't you describe your NPC?
Actually, before we move on, real quick, could I get like a physical description of Naomi, like how old she is?
Sorry. They're both elvish, her and her mother. She's my age, so she's about 20. And
well, that would be really, really young for an elf.
Like super young.
Oh yeah,
Be like a 4-year-old.
I'm gonna go 70-ish. What does that equal?
Teens.
Yeah, mid-teens.
Yeah.
Then about solid 100. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah, that's an adult. Yeah,
that's all my age. All right. Yeah, but Mrs. Potts, I'm not. I learned a long time ago you're not supposed to ask a lady her age, so that's nothing I've ever asked that. Oh no.
I just like knowing approximately how old this person that I'm supposed to have a connection.
Yeah, she would be. I mean, she's at. I guess in there more like 300 something, maybe.
Okay.
200 on a good day, as I tell her, but no.
How old do you want Naomi to be? I'm sorry.
Oh, Naomi, no, about my age, 20s. But I'm saying her.
Oh, okay, Miss Potts, but
yeah, I was like, I don't know her age, but she's more like 70s, whatever that would translate to.
Okay.
But Naomi, she's about 6'2", 6'1", because she's on the taller side.
Yeah,
She's got long, flowing blonde hair, of course, blue eyes, and a scar on the back of her neck. Not that you can really see. I mean, it kind of wraps around the front side to where you can just see it, but she covers it with her hairstyles and stuff like that.
I have an idea for the connection, but can I run it by you right quick?
Yep.
Can that just be Gage's girlfriend?
I mean, I did date her once, so I mean, it could, sure. Yeah.
Cool.
Like, I used to be like, it was not enough thing. So, yeah. Get it.
And that we'll say that's a new thing between Gage and Naomi.
Yeah, I just
it's
want
not
to
like a current thing now.
Developed
I'm saying,
in
like,
the last week.
It's one of those things like, oh, no, wait a second, I've heard of this person.
Gotcha.
Cool. Thank you.
No problem.
Sorry, please. Someone have a question? Comment?
Nope, I think you said Rook was next.
Yep. Rook.
Yep. Okay. So we will start with Aramis. So Aramis, bottom line, is Rook's best friend and kind of her booking agent. He is a half-orc tiefling. Looks like he's in his early 30s, but his actual age is pretty unknown due to his heritage. He is very suave, has that, that devilish smile with a little glint of fang. About 7 feet tall, so not super tall like an orc, but tall enough. Usually very impeccably dressed. Even when he's in his street clothes, it always looks like that elevated look that just makes everyone a little bit jealous of his style. He has bluish green skin, sleek black hair that's usually pulled back into very orc-ish braids. Horns that curve back from his temples like ram's horns, that are actually curled into points that he kind of keeps very sharp but also capped. He has a key to Rook's place, and is often found crashing on Rook's couch thanks to that aforementioned key. He does, however, have his own place. He lives very high up in Lowtown, so he's kind of like that high middle class, but he's connected to all the right circles. So he acts as Rook's booking agent, best friend first, was one of the first people to actually hear her play when she was younger and began to encourage her to step out and actually start performing in front of people, which she was semi-petrified to do. He's actually one of the few people that know about her past and her secrets. He can often be found in Hightown doing business and making deals. He also uses his connections to ensure that like the VIP section in most every event that he helps plan for or book out is filled with the best movers and shakers, and also uses those aforementioned VIP places to help, people meet people who they're looking to do business with. And I have all this typed out and I will send it.
Don't need most of it. Love the
Thanks.
Visual.
Rude.
Well, I was soaking it all in. Fucking spot on. Woodrow.
Nice save.
I was looking for that.
And Woodrow gonna remember shit.
Yeah. The visual that it caught my attention right off the bat. Half orc tiefling. Fucking love it. Run that shit. And then leaned into the tiefling style of it. Oh yeah, sexy. Spot on.
Oh yeah.
And also speaking with Woodrow and Captain Mincev, since I wasn't sure what race Mincev was, but knowing they're elf, you probably are around the same age and may have came up around the same time, Yeah,
and that's kind of with my super secret backstory stuff, blah blah. It is where I was probably pulling a connection with him, know more of his career than I actually have been face to face with him. Whereas Aramis showed up in all of his style saying, I have got to have this job done. I need this equipment working in an hour and a half. Can you do it? I'll pay well. And I made it happen. So every now and then he just, shows up and throws me some work. Because I came through in a pinch. You don't forget people that come through in a pinch. Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay. And Lucas?
All right, so Lucas has a slightly less expansive little lead in. He is Rook's bar buddy. He hangs out at Temple Bar all the time. He's actually basically become the unofficial bouncer of the bar. He is in his early 30s and is a bear shifter, and he hangs out mostly in the Western Territory when he's not at Temple Bar. Has honey-colored eyes, light brown hair that matches his bear's fur. Has an extremely high tolerance due to genetics. Lucky bastard. He is always found with a drink in his hand, and Rook has yet to ever get to actually see him drunk. She tries, but he asks her to try to keep up. Again, lots of nights she doesn't remember what happened, but here's really fun stories. He's lighthearted with people he's comfortable with and quiet and almost surly to those he doesn't. Pretty burly guy, actually claims to have some inner cybernetics, though no one really knows what they are. Comes off very gruff, but watches out for ladies and, patrons at the bar. Doesn't really instigate unless someone actually steps out of line. And as soon as he has that moment of, oh, I can claim that this was defense, he will not hesitate to move in. Doesn't really share a whole lot about his past, but Rook knows a few things, and I can expand on all this later. I did not plan. So that's Lucas.
That's good enough for me for so far.
Sweet.
All right. And finally, we have Woodrow.
All right. First, I'd like to just give an honorable mention for the NPC that y'all met in the Prelude fight, but is not on this list because a little bit more close to my heart than that. Dora is not on here, but Dora is my familiar. Looks like a tiny little metal dragon or drake or worm. They're all the same thing. Fight me. Anyway, the two NPCs that I do have on my list, one is Allie. Allie is this smart aleck kid with a heart of gold. I say kid, teenager, late teens. Around the corner from my place is a little corner shop bodega kind of deal. And he is the delivery boy. His family runs the shop. Shop doesn't have a name. It's just, the bodega on the corner kind of thing. Grocery store, simple supplies, nothing particularly expensive or important for adventurers. Allie himself is just a kid trying to make his way with his family, trying to keep the family business up and running. Probably mom, dad, handful of kids. That's it. Rook, you need anything more than that? I think I told George here to go with a Jersey accent.
I like it.
Gotta love Jersey.
We don't know nothing about Jersey.
My other NPC is Yeshua. Yeshua is a little bit more interesting. I don't remember where we put it for race DMD. do you remember what we said? Did I go with Tiefling or something for him?
Yeah, you went with Tiefling.
Okay. And I remember asking him for the specific accent. We're going Creole with this one. But yeah, he is a Tiefling, not mercenary, not the fighter type. He is a scavenger, ruin diver, probably dumpster diver if he doesn't like the customer. Every once in a while I can, find him in the hole, or he'll swing by the shop or whatever. And he's just a guy that can get me stuff. I literally made 2 delivery boys of varying age. One brings me groceries and the other brings me equipment to do my work with. That way I never have to leave the house.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Butcher, do you need any more than that?
No, so just in regards to like how I would probably know him, I'm assuming he's sends to be like a guide for the ruins, or one of those people who finds things, comes back, and offers to lead people back to that same treasure.
Sometimes he will do that, kind of like a guide through the ruins, almost, to sort of dungeons or old crypts in the catacombs where families, when family in high city has to go to the family crypt out in the ruins, right? They don't necessarily have the money for a guard, but they have the money for a guide. He'll do that as well.
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty
but he may have scavenged some of your parts for you.
Mm-hmm. I figured he's one that like I might either gather like data on the ruins, or like, hey, give me a map of this location, or hey, I'm looking for these types of parts. You know where any are at?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm figuring you'd probably be one of his more favorite, maybe not favorite customers, but favorite type of customers. Because he doesn't actually have to take you anywhere. He can just tell you, and you can slide him some coin, and like that's easy money.
Yeah. Set a waypoint on your map here.
Exactly.
I dropped you a pin.
Yeah, I feel like he's like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, I can take you there. I'm like, give me a location and leave me alone. Here's your money. Yeah, no, I don't need anything else. That's pretty much everything.
I think that covers all of our NPCs and our locations. We are looking at 8:30 Eastern. Who's got what kind of time left?
I'm probably not going to have enough time to do a fight. I don't have enough time to rumble. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. You brought it for the prelude.
Yeah, we don't have to do any kind of combat tonight. We'll be back next week with probably more than anyone can stand for the next year or so.
I'm excited to see how we all run into each other and meet. I think that's going to be so much fun.
Me too. I'm really interested in seeing how it's going to work.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, who else are motorcycle riders? Or whatever they're... I am not calling it by what you all call it. I can't with a straight face. I cannot. There's no possible way.
What I was going to ask about is, do I need to save up for one of those things? Because I feel like if anyone's going to freaking ride a motorcycle, or what was it called again? 1 second, let me look it up.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Oh, I also meant to... I guess I can do it, is to turn off the coin weight, because y'all are going to have like little data chips for your money, right? So you don't need to wait on your character sheet. I'll go through and do all that.
I mean, it's not like in our wrist yet?
Yeah, right? I'm just saying, if anyone's going to drive a Bullock Hawk, it's definitely going to be the old salt and pepper robot.
Oh, okay. So that's the equivalent of you riding on like an old Harley with giant saddlebags and rooks on your brand new crotch rocket.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Butcher's rolling up on the drifter, and you pull up on a neon lighted street bike. I'm loving this.
Straight out of Tron, baby. Let's go.
Woodrow does not
Oh, no.
ride.
Butcher doesn't leave the house.
He tries really hard not to. But his house is his shop, and he works on those for some of the locals. So
Woodrow reminds me of somebody who would ride a bicycle somewhere.
Eldaris has whatever the last city equivalent of a Volvo is. It's got the best safety rating, you guys.
Honestly, Eldar is probably
Basically,
just.
It's got 13 cup holders.
Yeah.
Honestly, Eldar probably just uses the elevator. Most of the
Eldar,
time.
Yeah.
guys, you cannot
Don't
believe
kill my
these
vision
things.
of this, though. Come on.
There are 13 cup holders. Ignore the one that's always filled with alcohol. That's Ibukari's.
It
I can't get it.
sometimes has
It
less
just-
alcohol in it if the group's ridden in the Volvo.
How did I get roped into designated driver again?
It's because you only drink tea, and it only sometimes has a little bit of whiskey in it, courtesy of someone else. But
I-
you never saw her do it.
I honestly just cannot wait until I see Rook, Ibukari, and Aramis in the same room together.
The room might just implode entirely from the insanity and awesomeness. And hotness, thank you.
A lot of hotness. A lot of hotness.
Why is someone Ibukari? Why are you dragging my arm? I don't want to talk. I don't want to dance. Oh, I have to dance with your friends. Okay, fine.
So, old business, new business.
I have some. I don't know if I should tell you all this stuff yet, but I have some like recent news in world that was like the week leading up to the start of the game. I think I think I should just probably post it closer to the start.
You tease.
Mhm. Yeah, I am. I'm a terrible team. Or I can put it in the opening. You know, the last few days.
Yeah, work yourself
Last
up
week.
a solid intro for the premiere. I like that idea.
Yeah,
Where you can set the scene with whatever's been going on in the last week.
Yep. Now I just had to figure out how to open it beyond the intro when the camera rolls.
I do have a piece of business that I have a question about.
Okay.
So you were saying that we all get either a feat or an uncommon and a magic item, right?
Yes.
I was going to ask, did you put any more thought or time into the bone saw?
Oh yes. Yeah, I will. Stay on me about that so I can build it by next week. I will put it in
Yeah.
the system.
Oh, trust you me. I will be on it.
Okay.
One more small piece of business. Do you want us to give you our descriptions on how we know the NPCs we found out today, or is it enough to know that we just know them and keep it in our heads?
For me, I think it'd be enough just to know that y'all know them. But if you know what? Yeah, if you want to type them up and send them to me, no pressure if you don't. But if you do, I would love to take them and be able to use that when I'm playing them. I also, there's no rush to this either, would like to get with each of you and design your home, build a map for your home.
Oh, yes, please.
All right, Woodrow's home is just going to be a workshop with a bed mat or a bedroll somewhere in a corner.
I've
if
already
he
got
even
it
sleeps at
mapped
all.
out. And no, it's not a bedroll. He sleeps in a hammock.
Beautiful.
Okay, that's slightly more cool.
With a little step stool next to it so he can get in.
Yeah, of course. A little step stool or one of those like 4-step step stools.
No, just like a little.
You
step
mean
stool.
to tell me with all your tinkering, you don't have a stair lift to lift you into bed? I'm almost disappointed.
Please tell me it's like one that's like those chairs that are in like the stairway wall.
Oh
Just
God,
sits in it and it
this shit drives me up the wall. I do not have a stair lift.
Oh, come on!
Coward.
Oh.
Coward.
Poor form.
Embrace
Just
the old
poor
man.
form.
Tell you what, just to make y'all happy, because there is like a little kind of like loft area, where you keep extra parts and everything. I will say that I have rigged up a little ladder Vader over there in the corner to get me up to where I need to go. I do not use it for my hammock though.
And you said you wanted your shop / apartment to be on the second or third floor of a building or a patty site?
Whatever it is street level.
Oh, your street level.
I'm street level on like somewhere under the 10-story mark.
Okay.
Because
So there's ground floor, and then first floor, and then second floor, and so on until like the 250th floor.
right.
So
when
just
I say street level,
first,
like
ground level would be ideal, I imagine, if you're in where you live would be on the ground back then.
okay, yeah, I can go ground floor. I'm good with that. Because I've got the bodega down the street this way, and the hole down the street this way.
Okay. Oh, okay. I think I'll get exact stuff for everyone else's living conditions. Just need to build maps for them. And yeah, 1 week, y'all. Finally gonna happen.
Oh, what is this? 3 months worth of planning and prep?
5.
5.
I remember being in Atlantic City when I got the message asking to jump on board, and that was in early August.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's been a while. We finally got all the prep out of the way, and it's about to be game time now.
It's going to be great for us. It's going to be great for the people watching us too. So
Oh yeah.
stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait. This is gonna be fun. So fun.
Yeah.
Any more business before we conclude?
Where do I find a Volvo?
Got to be a dealership around here
Kidding.
somewhere.
No
Kidding.
idea.
What are my fantasy
Kidding.
insurance?
I promise he's not that big of a stick in the mud. I swear.
Oh, but seriously, are y'all taking vehicles?
No, Rook's got her motorcycle, so
I would like to,
Yeah.
but that's
2-wheeler.
I don't know
Yeah,
how
you
much
can-
that would cost.
I mean, you're just deciding it'll cost in game, story-wise, and repairing and stuff like that.
It costs pre-game money.
Oh. I
You
suppose
can always
there
tip
are-
me. I mean, I have a Venmo.
Okay, so now everyone knows how to win DM favor.
You mean the whole secret was money this entire time?
Was it really that big of a secret, though?
I've been sitting here trying to
It's been
figure
out for a
out
few
how to
months.
get it set up so that we can get the audience to tip the DM to give us favors. Like, I'm this close. I'm working on it.
I suppose I believe I'm saying this right, and if I'm not, please forgive me. I don't mean to be juvenile. I suppose Eldaris would have access to a cock of some kind that would be reasonable, more than a motorcycle.
Yeah, I would.
All right.
Insert your own jokes here.
I already did.
Y'all know he did this to us on purpose, right?
He did. He
Yes.
set us up just
Of
for
course
that
he did.
Perfect swing.
Of course he did.
Well, I know this campaign's going to go to some really dark places, so I always wanted levity to be around.
I always want to
Yes,
have
the
an
levity
option
of
for
sex jokes.
Just be like, look at all this flying cocks.
Dark places. You mean where the sun doesn't shine?
I'm sure we'll go there too.
You know, like the hole.
Mhm.
Yeah, the whole.
Yep, we got the hole in
Yeah,
the
we'll
wall and the
definitely
pot
go
to piss in. I'm loving this. All right. Last call for comments, questions, concerns, criticisms. Ding. That was it. That was your chance. Thank you, everybody that stopped in today, everybody that's watching this in the future, everybody that's going to come back next Wednesday, 7 p.m.
And then fortnightly after that.
Yep, and every other week after that. We are planning on the off weeks doing one-shots and stuff. I do not have the first one planned, prepped, and promised yet, but fingers crossed in 2 weeks we'll be doing a one-shot. But in 1 week, on January 25th, 7 p.m., is our final and official premiere, Denizens, Last City, Social Paradox. I'm loving this shit. Are we ready? Yeah. Say goodnight, everybody.
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
Night, guys.
Bye,
Do
y'all.
this.
See you next week.
Good night, everybody. Love you all.
Don't give them promises like that.
Kind of promises.